If you think America is just a nation of car drivers, think again. There are 62 million cars in the U.S., but more than 100 million bicycles. May is National Bike Month, and joining us this morning to talk about it is Summer Sanders. She was on the U.S. swim team in the '92 Olympics and also is a triathlete. Good morning, Summer.
Good morning. Isn't that stat amazing? It makes me feel so good. There's 100 million bikes compared to the 62 million cars.
Yeah, that was an interesting fact. Now, how many Americans hop on a bike each month?
I actually have no idea, but I think that people just have this connection to riding a bike. There's something about, if you take for a second and you think about your first bike ride without training wheels, that feeling that you had, that sense of freedom, chances are your first ticket to ride was on a Schwinn. And just like us, we've grown up, so is Schwinn, but we still love and want to get back to that first moment, the original joyride. So like you said, May is National Bike Month, and we have this awesome program that we're introducing. We want people to get their bikes out, but just in case they don't have their bikes, we're going to be giving away 2 bikes every single day during the month of May. It's called Bike It Forward. Go to schwinnbikes.com or on Facebook, Ride Schwinn, and you nominate somebody else first who needs a bike. When they win, you win a bike as well.
Wow. That's nice. So lots of activities.
Awesome, right?
Yeah, it is awesome. Lots of activities going on for National Bike Month. And another interesting statistic, I hear that more people ride bicycles in the U.S. than ski, play golf, or tennis combined, and the numbers are rising. Is that true, and why is it so popular?
It absolutely is true, and I think for several reasons. Number one, it goes back to that old saying. It's just like riding a bike, right? You never forget it, and it's a tool that we have and a skill that we have since we were little. The second thing is I think people are starting to recognize the great feeling they get by being responsible when it comes to our environment. And the fact that gas prices are going up so they can save money. You can combine so many things by riding your bike. You can combine an exercise, you can save money, and you can still get from point A to point B and feel good about yourself.
Well, let's talk about exercising. Bicycling, of course, a big-time calorie burner. Tell us more about that and how, as we get older, our metabolism slow down, how biking can kind of help offset that.
Isn't that a bummer? I mean, come on. It happens to the best of us, but it's true. You can hop on one of these beauties behind me and burn up to 500 calories an hour.
Oh my gosh.
So let's say, for instance, right? So let's say, for instance, on May 20th, which is Bike to Work Day, if you chose to bike to work that day, you'd be killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Your exercise and you'd be arriving at work. You'd also feel like you're part of the party, per se. I mean, a lot of people are going to be doing it, and there is a chance that you could be changing habits at that very moment and teaching your kids through example how to be healthy, how to live healthy, and how to get back out there.
Yeah, oh, I like all of that, of course. And getting our kids involved, tell us a little bit how we can make that a safe transition to the bikes or off the training wheels and on their own, and how we can just get our kids more involved in cycling in general.
You know, it's so fun to watch that process. My daughter is 5 and my son is 3. My son, who is already riding without training wheels. My daughter is a little bit more timid, and she tries, but she gets nervous. And, you know, we encourage her and we cheer her on, but we're totally fine if she just wants to stick with her training wheels. So that process is great. I don't have to encourage my kids to get out there. They love their bikes. But I understand that age group that wants to stick on the video games and stay in front of their computer. So I say, again, lead by example. The parents can't just say, hop out there, get outside and ride your bikes. You grab your helmet, you put your helmet on too, and you hop out there with your bike and make it a family bike ride. Bike to the movies instead of driving. Bike to dinner instead of driving. Do something together. So they start to, you know, again, feel that sense of freedom that they have when they hop on their bike. It's something that, you know, it's recapturing the original joyride.
Okay, now how do you make sure they get the right size bike?
You go to schwinn.com, and we have this cool section called the Finder, and you can put in there exactly what kind of biking you want to do, your sizes. So say, for instance, I want a mountain bike or road bike. This is how tall I am. Maybe the color that you want. It'll literally pinpoint exactly the perfect bike for you. And as you can tell from the bikes behind me, we have a bike for everybody, and we have bikes in all price ranges. So there really are a lot of choices.
Okay, and one more time, tell us a little bit more about what's going on for Bike Month as far as those activities are concerned.
May 20th is Bike to Work Day. May 16th to the 20th is Bike to Work Week. But the entire month of May is really focusing on biking. So get out there. Make it, even if the weather isn't perfect, like I know you have high winds today, you can go on mapmyride.com. You can find a bunch of trails in your area. Make a conscious effort to get out there and go on schwinnbikes.com or on Facebook, Ride Schwinn, and nominate a friend for Bike It Forward. You could win a free bike.
Well, Summer Sanders, thank you so much for being with us this morning. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Yeah, you too.